Hello and welcome to EBTV's presentation of East Brunswick High School Athletics. My name is Charlie King. I'm joined by the resident expert here at the high school for lacrosse. We're going to see the boys team today, and this gentleman to my right is Mr. Ken Saroka. The Bears are 5-2 on this season, led by second-year head coach John Lamella, although in their last encounter against Watchung Hills they come up just a little bit short at 4-5, which is a reasonably close game. A few goals, 4-5 in a lacrosse match. What should we look for today, Ken?
Well, the word is defense, and Coach Lamella said we played great defense. We gave up only 5 goals in the last game, and we should have won. It's just a matter of cohesion, I guess, on the defensive side, and a lack of cohesion on the offensive side. The team in the game against Old Bridge had 11 shots on goal in the overtime and barely put any of them on cage. And you know that's the problem that Coach Lamella's had. This year, the team offensively is led by junior Ernie Fusco and a trio of sophomores, Rob Ayala, Danny Fessel, and Matt Mariano. But it's still 5-4 scores don't show that the offense is clicking as well as it could.
Okay, so it's we're looking for a defensive contest. Speaking of sticks and defense and what have you, let's give our viewers a rundown. The other day when we did the girls' game, it was a little bit different, and this game from the field to the stick to the ball, I guess, is quite different. Ken, why don't you give us a rundown?
Well, it's the same ball, but it's quite a different stick. The pocket in the stick is what's the difference here. You notice that when we had the girls' game, we showed the girls' stick and the ball. Yeah, the ball had to stay up and actually peek out over the top lip of the stick, and the girls had to cradle with 2 hands. Now with the ball sitting in the pocket, and this stick is barely legal because the ball should not come below the lip of the plastic here on the head of the stick, but that allows the boys to cradle with 1 hand, using the force back and forth, the rocking motion of the cradle, and then they could use their free hand or their off hand to kind of guard against. Now might see a few whistles blown on that if they try to use that elbow and kind of force their way through. But it also allows them to really crank up and torque a shot. You could grab the stick down at the very bottom end and wind up and throw your whole shoulder into it and unload a 100-mile-an-hour shot. And that's,
I was just going to ask you that. What I mean, have you ever tested the speed of a lacrosse ball?
Well, I had the privilege. Several years ago when I was the assistant coach, I went into the cage to grab up a few balls, and Jason Lynch, who had a vicious left-handed shot, wound up, and he was trying to just scare me, but hit me right square in the middle of the back. And I tell you, I had a welt. Oh, it hurt.
It's like a big golf ball.
Yeah, it is. And it's not just the speed, but with the stick and with the modifications of these strings on top, the shooting strings, you can really get a really good level of control to be able to pick the corners.
I was going to ask you about those strings. The purpose of these 3 strings here?
Yeah, it's again to guide the ball on the way out, as opposed to having no strings down here to allow the pocket to sag. But as you notice, this tightens up the top end so that when you shoot, the ball will roll out in a harder and tighter spiral and be able to control it a lot better.
Okay. We talked a little bit about, and we will as we go through the game today, about the equipment for the girls the other day, and it's quite different here with the boys.
Right. They'll have elbow pads on. They'll have a flak jacket, depending on the player, whether or not it goes all the way down to cover all the ribs, but shoulder pads and kind of a flak. They have the helmets, which include the face plating as well. They'll wear mouth guards.
Mouth guards mandatory?
Yes, they are mandatory. Yes. Because you can still get jarred, and that's again the problem. Now that means that you're going to find some physical contact. You're going to find people coming down, especially when you're wearing gloves too. You'll see the players chop at those glove hands and at the stick to try to knock that ball loose. It's very hard to knock the ball loose if it's sitting all the way back in the pocket here. So again, a lot more violent action to try to knock the ball out. And again, being able to closely guard it and bring it in closer to your body means you're going to have to really work at knocking it out to make the steal.
Okay, boys lacrosse, relatively new, 7 years, am I right? That the program's been underway. Have quite a bit of success so far?
Well, last year was the first year they made the state playoffs. It was a close game up at North Hunterdon. They lost, I think, a 1-goal game, 12-11 or 13-12. But that's a building process. Here you have, at least in East Brunswick, you have a feeder program with the East Brunswick Blackhawks recreational team. And we've had several years here at the high school, so we're starting to develop that kind of farm system where, as for example, you have 3 sophomores, Fessel, Mariano, and Ayala, leading the way along with junior Ernie Fusco, and his dad is big with the Blackhawks recreational team.
Yeah, I've seen the Blackhawks. If you go by Warnsdorfer, sometimes it was actually up in March. Sometime they were out there practicing, and then sometime in the middle of April, we saw a tournament going on there. There must have been 200 or 300 little guys running around there playing lacrosse. And if you want to improve the program, that's where it has to happen.
And that's where it has to happen. Now, one of the other things you're going to notice here on versus the girls game is that you'll have constant line changes. You have 3 defensemen, you have 3 midfielders, 3 attackmen. The 3 attackmen usually stay put. They don't cross the center line, but the 3 midfielders are the ones who are running back and forth constantly. So you'll hear both coaches call out changes for their midi lines. Defenders, you can substitute in and out for specialty situations because you do have penalties here, 30-second or 1-minute penalties that will take a player off of the field, create a power play situation for those who are hockey fans, and that may require you to shift and maybe put an extra defenseman in as opposed to a midfielder to try to use the long sticks. Again, this is an attackman or a midfielder stick. The defenseman sticks are a bit longer, allows the longer reach for defensive action.
Okay, thank you very much, Ken, and we're about ready to get underway here with our contest versus Rutgers Prep. We'll be right back. Okay, good afternoon. This is Charlie King. I'm here with Ken Saroka at J. Doyle Field at East Brunswick High School, and you can see the official giving the instructions to the captains, and the captains for East Brunswick, number 13, Blaine McAvoy, number 23, John Riffenberg, and number 11, Ernie Fusco. And for Rutgers Prep, we have number 13, Kevin Keegan, and number 1, Charles Connell. Ken, what is the official telling these guys out here?
Well, he's just reminding them basic rules here. If there's any kind of field problems that there might be, a lot of bounds or rough areas where they might have to pay attention to, just reminding the kids to have a good game out here. To try to maybe keep the chatter down between players. It's little reminders, nothing major here. There's no stick check here as there would be in the girls' game. Before the girls' game, there was the stick check where they made sure that the ball would pop out, but there's no stick check there. However, at the end of each quarter, the referee will select one stick from each side and randomly measure it, measure the shaft, measure the length of the head, and as well as look at the depth of the pocket, just as a random kind of check.
I would think that, as you pointed out when in the opening about the stick, that pocket could be quite an advantage for a team if that were significantly altered.
Yeah, well, if you have a lot of depth in it, then the ball doesn't pop out as easily. You can cradle it better. You can certainly crank it up better on a shot. And again, they had to make some rules in it. And even so, you'll see that the stick manufacturers have been very good at kind of bending the rules by making that bottom lip of the head dip down and concave, convex, kind of dip down rather than being straight across.
Right.
I actually a few years ago managed to rummage around in the old closets here in Tony's room there.
Right.
Remember Tony?
Yeah, sure.
And found some wooden sticks, wooden defenseman sticks, and they no longer use them. Those things were vicious. I mean, these are aluminum or graphites. They're pretty lightweight, but those were heavy sticks, and you whack somebody with that. Whew.
Yeah, I think I was probably responsible for their being here on campus here at East Brunswick High School.
All right.
It's nice that you remind me of Tony because he was a great guy. We see the second official coming onto the field here off to our left. The official now is just giving some final instructions at center field. What's going on out there now?
Now you have all the starting lineups, both starting lineups on there. They decided which side they're going to defend for the quarter. You'll have, the goalies will come out at the end when the referee gets done, and they'll, bang sticks, and then the team members will greet each other there. Good show of sportsmanship. Now here you have 4 basic positions on the field. You have the goaltender, who has obviously the chest protector and the larger basket stick. That's one. You'll have 3 defensemen with the long sticks, and then 3 midfielders, and then 3 attackmen. Now, as they face off, you'll see 1 at center and 2 midfielders on either side.
Okay, and it's nice we have both rosters today, so we can start right off from the beginning of the game. And we see number 1, goalie for East Brunswick, a senior, Ben
Ben Nevid.
Ben Nevid, number 1, joined back there by McAvoy, one of the captains, Blaine McAvoy. Behind the net, we see number 8, Steve Miller, a sophomore defenseman.
Well, he's actually there as a ball boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
they put balls back there, so in case
Correction.
they go out of bounds, they don't have to go chasing them. They'll just leave them there and pick up the next fresh one.
Okay, let us point that out again. You had mentioned it to me earlier. With the girls' game, clock continued to run. In the boys' game, 4 quarters, 12 minutes in duration, tied at the end, sudden death, overtime period. So, but when the ball goes out of bounds, clock stops. Therefore, we want to avoid a long delay, and thus we have the ball boys and assisting in this process. Oh, we got 24 for East Brunswick.
This is the A line. This is Danny Fessel drawing with 21 Rob Ayala close to us, and Matt Mariano, number 4, up at the top.
Right.
Ball's on the ground and will be picked up. Collision there. Loose ball push.
Well, we'll see. This game is already. We've had number 1 for Charles Cannell, one of the captains, go down there, and of course, right back up. That's a difference in the game.
Now, Coach Lamello likes using a zone defense. He'll call zones from time to time, or you'll see them out pursuing. That's Chris Katarzi, number 3.
Shot by 15 for Rutgers Prep. Patrick Williams, they draw first blood here.
That's ball watching. That's not paying attention to your man and not marking up quick enough. And Williams, all he did was turn around and fire it past Ben Nevid from about 10 feet out. Now, for those viewing at home, we're playing on the white lines here. We're not playing on the yellow lines.
I was going to mention that upstairs. Thank you, Ken. Yep, we're playing the white lines. Hopefully they can pick that up. We're looking at our monitor here in black and white, which makes it a little difficult, but it's obviously in color, and we're back to the face.
Rutgers Prep coming into this game 3-6. Their last game was earlier this week against Manasquan. Here comes Danny Fessel now. He'll bring it into the restraining box, set it up. You have to bring it into that little box right where he is, or you'll get called for failure to advance.
Within a certain period of time.
Yes. Okay. Now there's a pass that goes behind the net and through Andy Miller's hands. The attackman, number 22, that's a change of possession. But if a shot goes behind the net, it's closest to the ball.
Closest to the ball on a shot. Okay, on a pass, it is who throws it out of bounds. That's interesting. I like that rule a little bit better.
Okay, now the goalie can come across.
He's all the way up to midfield with that big stick.
And you have you can change on the fly. You see the Rutgers Prep team changing on the fly.
Substitution, yeah, number 31 coming in there.
Now these midfielders, Fessel, Mariano, and Ayala, they're playing defense right now, along with the 3 long stick defensemen, Katarzi, McAvoy, and Brian Linkhouse. That's Linkhouse, number 5.
Okay, they're trying to check number 12 in the back there.
See, now the attackmen coming across midfield, they'll pick it up or try to pick it up. They're not allowed to cross the midfield line. If they do, there has to be an equal number. You know, that one of the
now that on that play, it obviously went off East Brunswick, but it was knocked out of bounds off of. I thought Rutgers Prep player number 18 gave him a little shot on the arm and it went out of bounds. But Rutgers Prep in possession.
Okay, that's Chris Katarzi defending there against John Foran. Now, ball at midfield. You see them all lined up there.
They can't go across that line,
right?
That midfield line. Okay.
Now you can force them out, push them out. Oh, they almost did.
Got rid of it before that.
No shot clock here. The possession, they could hold on to it, work the ball, but they do have to get it inside the box.
How much time to get it inside the box?
You know, that's got to be where the referee's counting. I've seen a quick 10 count, and I've seen 15, 20 seconds go by, and somebody forgets about it.
At the official's discretion then, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a loose ball push. Blaine McAvoy, ball was on the ground. And
that's 13, McAvoy with a little push there.
Blaine's a 4-year player, started out in the as a JV defenseman for me many years ago when I was coaching.
Oh, all right. Now, what's the purpose here?
It's an isolation. You see him. He's going to come and try to dodge and jump around and cause some traffic problems. Pass inside, knocked down, and here comes Mariano. Matt Mariano will run it down the sideline. Mariano changes hands on his sticks, passes to Fessel. Fessel coming right on in. Ball's knocked out of his stick. Now we'll set it up behind the cage. It's John Keller. Number 21 is Rob Ayala. That's Ernie Fusco, attackman, coming out high.
11 is,
and there you see,
11
there
is
you see,
Fusco.
there you see the use of that long stick there. Kevin Keegan and a score.
All right.
Nice.
Looked like
Danny Fessel.
Danny Fessel, who is a sophomore, putting the Bears on
the scoreboard.
On the scoreboard here, 1-1, just into the about 3-4 minutes into the game in the first quarter.
And Coach Lamella has substituted. He's bringing out a second midfield line, and he's using a long stick, what they call a long stick midi here. He's got Steve Miller
on the far side
on the far sideline for a little defensive purposes, just for possession. If once East Brunswick gets possession, then he'll come off, run off the field, and number 19, Justin Block, who's kneeling down here by the bench, will come on.
What I did notice on the last one, as the play was going into the East Brunswick offensive zone, Rutgers Prep was making a substitution, so that can occur at any point.
Yes.
Okay.
Miller picked up the loose ball, but his pass inside was knocked down. He'll go off
You're looking
change.
for it to go out, but it doesn't. Picked up by
Brian Tubman,
23.
number 29.
29? Okay.
Tubman to Ernie Fusco back behind the cage. Fusco trying to roll.
Fusco, number 11.
Andy Miller, 22. Fusco's got a real mean shot if he can get some open space. Brian Tubman, who had some time last year as a sophomore on the varsity roster, junior this year. Fusco, hard shot right at the feet of the goaltender.
That's where you like him, Ken.
But the goalie anticipated well, came out and caught it on a true hop rather than waiting for the short hop. Now that field down there, you can tell, is rather choppy, so balls will be bouncing all over the place.
Justin Block, number 19, with the pass into 28. Nope.
That shot was knocked down and deflected and then hit toward the cage by a Rutgers Prep defenseman.
Right. Slav Gooden, is it?
Mm-hmm. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be put into play by Rutgers Prep.
Number 13, Kevin Keegan, one of the captains. All right, they'll go on the attack.
This is a designed clear here. This is not an accidental clear.
The goalie picked up nice by number 12 for Rutgers Prep, John Foran.
And we're going to have a penalty, an offside. Ernie Fusco, number 11, is an attackman. He followed the play and forgot he is an attackman and left only two attackmen back in the offensive zone. So that is a 30-second offside penalty.
Okay, just to remind our viewers, he cannot go over that midfield line.
Right.
All right, the substitution.
And now we have. And now that they've called an unsportsmanlike conduct call on Coach Lamella or
one of the coaches.
Now East Brunswick is down a man.
Little conversation there back and forth with the official. Of course, the official always seems to win those arguments.
Mm-hmm. Now, East Brunswick playing a man down here. We're only 4 players in the offensive end because
so
they're 2 men down. They're 2 men down.
2 men down because of the penalty to the coach.
So they'll play a box here and force everything to the outside, and that puts a large pressure on Ben Nevid to come up big. But the idea is just to keep the traffic from coming to the middle. Now, referee originally signaled that play was going.
I thought he signaled the other way, didn't he? He signaled that it was off of East Brunswick, Rutgers Prep ball.
In the direction that it was going.
Yes.
Now here, again, you got 2 missions here. You're trying to waste time to kill the first penalty, which was only a 30-second penalty for offsides. But you do have to bring the ball up and clear it. So now Blaine McAvoy here is going to just walk the ball up. He's got an outlet in Ben Nevid, and then he comes to what they call cheaping it downfield, forcing the play.
And it's going to go out of bounds. Not exactly what we wanted to do,
well,
I wouldn't think.
That's the attackmen downfield have to get open in order to catch that ball and then waste time. And you can waste that first penalty
because
very
the
easily.
clock stops when it goes out of bounds. If it was the girls' game, the clock continues to run, so it's not a problem. Okay, number 12.
Okay, that's John Foran.
Foran. Right.
And the box here is breaking down a little bit. It's not as tight.
And he's telling the coaches on it tighter.
Yep.
You could hear that on your.
And you see them sliding.
Oh, no.
You see them doubling up and sliding around. And
nice defense there.
Yeah. Okay, the idea
Good
is
coordination. I mean, they got to talk to each other out there. I would some kind of communication for sure. All right. No, save.
Saved by Ben Nevid. Off the shot by John Hobbs.
Ben's going after that ball out there.
Again, he can do that now. Unlike the girls' game, everybody can move around, reset, so Ben Nevid can come back into play.
So the goalie really can go anywhere on the field.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Not restricted to the circle area.
No,
or
just as long as the correct number of people are back.
Right. Okay. Understand.
And we almost had another penalty there. It should have been called because we had another player entering the field. Now East Brunswick is back at full strength. Cameron Arshad, 25 on defense there.
Meaning that we still have 3 back, and nice shot there by number 1.
That's Charles Cannell.
Charles Cannell, right, one of the captains, as we said before. Still in possession of Rutgers Prep.
You know, the offense is going to go through number 12, which is Farron, and Cannell number 1, and 8 Hobbs. That's the 3 offensive guns here for Rutgers Prep.
Inside the 24, shot wide by Harry Ullman. All right, substitution for East Brunswick on the.
Okay, now you get a defensive substitution here.
Number 5.
Arshad comes out. Brian Linkus back in.
Okay. Back in play. Foreign out to Cannell.
It looks like you're playing a zone inside and the two chasers.
2 chasers on the top.
See, Linkhouse trying to get underneath the hands there. That's one of the things you try to do with that long stick is to dig in and get underneath the hands. The ball's loose.
Ball's free.
Matt Mariano, number 4, will pick it up for East Brunswick.
Looks like you're going all the way here.
He'll go down and set it up.
Had a little bit of a break there. Oh.
Fessel, one hand, a little showboat there, a little one-hand move, but make sure he has the ball. John Keller.
Not able to control it.
Pass on the outside is wide.
A little errant there. Might have been controlled, but offline certainly.
Okay, there'll be a sideline clear here. Again, everybody's marking up defensively here. The only person open right now is the goalie, and that is where it goes back to. Goalie John Nastis.
And he's going to run it all the way out to midfield, looks like. Up to Cannell.
Fessel trying to go over top. His long reach. Now that's where the height and the reach advantage helps Fessel. But gives the ball back up. Shot wide.
Shot by number 15, Patrick Williams.
I remember you've seen the goalie run up there in our JV game against Immaculata years ago. We had a JV goalie by the name of Dennis Bruno.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
A wrestler, good wrestler, heavyweight wrestler.
Right.
He says, "Coach, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it." I'm like, "What are you going to do, Denny?"
What are you going to do?
He says, I'm going to run up and I'm going to score. So at the end of the JV game, and the JV game came after the varsity game, so the varsity guys were all watching this. And we were in the game, but he decided, and he picked up the ball, and he ran all the way up, and it was a hot day, a humid day. He ran all the way up, shot it, hit the post.
Oh.
And everybody on the field was just absolutely cracking up laughing.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Pass, again, Fessel, a little errant pass. And this is the problem that Coach Lamello has had with the offense, is being able to catch the ball.
Now, is that a matter of concentration or
definitely
lack of skill? Or
no, it's definitely a matter of concentration.
Okay.
It's knowing where you are, where your man, your defensive man or offensive man is. I mean, just knowing and being able to
all right,
make
right
your
up
decisions.
the field again here with the goalie. Nice pass ahead to number 8.
Linkhouse, number 5, coming way out.
John
to
Hobby,
guard
number 8. All right.
You'll see him using a poke
now he's
check.
standing with him all the way around the back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Behind the goal.
Oh, good dodge there.
Nice dodge. Not able to score, though. Number 9.
That little pump fake, and you can't do that with Jesse Cable there.
Yeah.
You can't do that with the girls' sticks because the ball would pop right out.
Pop right out.
But if you
and
have
he swung it around, right, which was obvious that I don't know how the girls control that ball at all, to tell you the truth. It's such a flat stick, pocket, rather.
Well, that's people who have seen and appreciate both games really do appreciate the girls' sport, the women's lacrosse game, because the athleticism that's needed. You don't have the equipment advantage of these deep sticks and these specially designed heads that can, make shooting easier and control easier.
Well, the body contact here is maybe even a little more than soccer, so it's kind of a cross in there between football and physical-wise, anyway.
Ferrand looking for an outlet, drops it. It's going to roll close to midfield. You'll see.
And it does. It comes across. Now they.
And you saw Keller, number 2. Actually, he didn't play the ball.
He screened his man.
He screened, and that's what again, one of the things you're taught to do is in a situation where you have more than one person going for the ball, you take the man, let your teammate take the ball.
Ernie Fusco ahead, brought it over to 21.
Okay, that's. Again, we have the top line out, middle line. Matt Mariano shot and a score, bounce shot.
Nice shot. That was sophomore Matt Mariano. We are about 9.5 minutes into the period when the Bears take the lead 2-1. Nice goal.
Yeah,
nice.
And you saw the goal. You saw Nastas come out to try to catch that or to get that on a hop, and he didn't measure it up very well. Ball bounced perhaps maybe
that ground
2 feet in front. Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that ground, as you've pointed out before, is pretty hard right now.
Well, it's weird. This year we haven't had a drought, and the ground is hard and it's spotty. Last year in other years we've had
plenty of
droughts
grass.
and it's thick as it's
I
thick
know.
and the ball just dies in it.
We need to.
AstroTurf.
Some work on this field.
AstroTurf. Field turf. Come on.
Well, they're up in Bergen Catholic. They had that new service. It's not really an AstroTurf, but it's similar to that. A much more advanced model. That would be ideal for the amount of play that's on this field. That's one of the problems.
Inside pass. That's knocked down. Now that's a pass. Referee should. Yeah,
not a shot.
Yep.
Ball's gonna go to East Brunswick. Make that point again for us, Ken, so for our viewers.
Okay, again, a pass that goes out of bounds, back of the cage, then it's a change of possession. If it's a shot, and again, that's at the discretion of the referee, then it's closest to the ball.
Okay.
McAvoy clears it.
Rob Aiello, number 21, down.
Trying to bounce his way around.
I think Rob wears that number in football. That's why I remember that. A little bit high.
And again, that's the indecision. Ayala looking perhaps to pass.
I thought originally he was going to shoot it. I mean, it looked to me from this vantage point that he was going to go, and then in the last second decided to pass it and unable to control
sometimes
it.
you get a little self-conscious. You're like, well, if I hog it too much, if I one too much, then coach will say something to me. And Nastas again. Look at wide open.
Well, it just came on the field and nobody marked up with him. Oh, right.
No, I hit the outside of the cage.
Looked like it was going to be good, but had it straight on.
And that's the guy. That's again communication. Somebody has to call new man.
That's Patrick Williams, number 15. You saw number 1, Cannell, come on the field and be wide open before.
Again, this offense revolving around 1, 12, and 8.
You got it.
And that's Ferrand, number 12. McAvoy trying to bother him with the poke check.
24. No shot. He's going to bring it back out, it looks like. Into Cannell, number 1. Who's back over the line. Got to get it back in when he does.
And that's again a pass, errant pass going wide, and it'll go out.
That was number 5, Malik, off him, out of bounds. East Brunswick will take over again. Just about the end of this period, maybe a minute to go.
Playing
whistles.
McAvoy will walk it up.
All right. Bears lead 2-1.
Pass, and that's a little nice bump there, but not called.
Still goes that way. Ayala looking, substitution, 3.
Okay, now you got
4 substitutions for the Bears.
And
reason for that?
Well, Coach Lamella said that there are just times in the game where he will substitute a whole defensive unit. Now, right now, he's got 4 long stick defenders out there and 2 short stick midfielders. So it's a little more defense he's putting on the field. One of those long stick midfield, one of the long sticks will come off if there's a transition and we go upfield on attack.
Realizing he's close to the end of the period, that's a possibility?
Could be.
For that strategy?
Or just that he wasn't happy with the defensive play of his midfield line.
Okay. There's
now
Cannell again.
Here's Miller, number 8, Steve Miller.
Right. Sophomore.
Coming out. And
inside. Nope, missed.
Somebody missed an assignment there. The slide did not come fast enough and did not pick up Ferran. You can't leave him open.
No, Ferran has had several opportunities, unable to convert them. The Bears very fortunate and pretty good goaltending there as well.
Ferran behind the cage again. This time, Chris Katarzi, or that was Link. Yeah, that was Linkhouse 5. Cannell being pumped. Three Bear defenders there, and still no possession, no pickup here.
Kick.
And that is the end.
That is the end of the first period. East Brunswick 2-1. Although much of the play seemed to be to our right into the offensive end of Rutgers Prep, just unable to put it in a goal.
Yeah, and that was the problem in the game. I believe it was on Tuesday, the boys' game Tuesday against Watchung Hills.
Right.
I got here early and I saw them, the East Brunswick Bears score 3 goals, up 3-0. But in the third and fourth quarter, I think it was one of the players came up and says, "We barely touched the ball. You know, we had it, we lost it. They took it, they brought it down." So. Again, possession being 9/10 of the game here.
But as you had indicated that in the opening, as Coach Lamella had indicated also to you, that he foresaw a defensive battle again today.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
And that's what it's been because the Bears have been on defense. That's all there is to it. About probably 75% of this first period was played in the East Brunswick end.
Patrick Williams for Rutgers Prep opened the scoring first.
Right.
On a bounce, on a high shot, about head high, around the cage. Quick turn, boom, shot, score, and that was within the opening minutes of the game. But then East Brunswick comes back.
I think that first one was by Fessel, Danny Fessel. Scored that first one. The second one picked up by
Mariano. That A line, that first line. That
2 sophomores there. And Bears need to become a little more offensive-minded here, I believe. You can play if they keep shooting at the goal, the percentages seem to go in their favor that one is going to, or more are going to go into that goal. So we need to get back on track. Time between the periods, they get a minute or two, not much, right?
Right. Just enough to change sides?
Just enough to change sides.
The field, you don't want to make an excuse. And certainly the passing you cannot make excuses for the passing going wrong on the field. Ground ball pickup, you might have a little more problems in this patchy kind of surface, but still, you got to concentrate. You got to keep your head down. You got to,
Yeah, both teams have to play on the same surface.
Exactly.
So, as you said, there's no excuse for not being able to pick it up, and some errant passes in the offensive end.
That's a loose ball.
Loose ball.
Loose ball push and a hold there, Fessel.
But he could kick that ball. That's not a problem. Okay. Even though maybe he wasn't able to pick it up. Rutgers Prep in possession. Cannell number 1 again. Being the leader here, just getting things set up. Over to number 24.
Harry Uneman. That's Ferran behind the net, number 12, guarded by
number 5.
Brian Linkhouse. That's
that 12.
That's Hobbs, John Hobbs, number 8, and then back to Cannell. And like I said, that's the trio that's going to touch the ball and hold the ball most for Rutgers Prep.
Well, Malik, number 5, had it there for just a touch out of bounds. Bears going to take over.
Ball we put in the play on the far sideline by number 3, Chris Katarzi. Now, this is a designed setup play. You see Blaine McAvoy coming down to the lower end of your screen. If that's on there, or you can't even see him on the screen, but he's down at the lower end, and Ben Nevid walks up too. If no pressure, they'll all walk up and just take their time, figure out where to throw it. Ernie Fusco came across. Now, see, he came across.
Quiet here.
He came across, and a defender went the other way. Ernie's a better stick handler, so they want to get the ball in his possession, just like you would try to find a point guard to handle the ball in a press. Andy Miller now. Andy Miller, who recovered from a broken wrist, suffered in a indoor game, I believe, at Petty.
Danny Fessel.
Fessel
trying to get things started here for the Bears. No.
Now
I'm sorry, but that's a sloppy pass.
Sloppy pass.
That's what I mean.
Right.
I mean, I love Danny Fessel, and he's a great athlete, football player, basketball player, and obviously lacrosse. But that was careless. Okay.
Here goes Nastis again. You'll see him run up, and Coach Lamella's content to let him run. I mean, goalies are not usually very good passers here. But
he's been successful.
And you'll notice Fessel left his man there, 5, and boom, the pass came right there.
Yep. Picked up.
That was Chris Catarzi. He had it knocked out. Now it's Matt Mariano.
Mariano, number 4.
He had Andy Miller cutting straight down the middle, the 22, but missed his opportunity as the gap closed. Fessel.
Nope.
Off the post.
Off the post and back out, boy.
And that was, and there, Chris Catarzi, a great play. He didn't try to possess the ball, just try to knock it down, get it in the direction, and then picked up by
could have knocked that out of bounds if he tried to pick it up. There goes Fessel.
Fusco, a heavy bounce shot.
Fusco, rather.
And that is a shot, and will be run down.
Now, before we started, we had a player back there who
he was just depositing extra
balls.
Extra
back there,
balls.
Yeah, but
John Keller, number 2, run right on in on the cage, and he tried to go short side.
He tried a shot there, but it was off the side.
Spreading it out all around the perimeter here. Fusco at the top. No movement here in East Brunswick. No movement. Looking for Fessel now. Oh, that's Keller. That's Keller, number 2.
Keller, number 2.
Fusco ducking in and out. A hard shot against him.
Again, a shot, so East Brunswick will maintain possession.
But, like we had mentioned in the introduction, against the overtime game against Old Bridge, shots, but not shots on cage, not shots.
I mean, in terms of where you want to shoot that ball, you want to get in a little closer, or obviously as close as you can. But it seems to me we've had a couple opportunities, and we've elected to go closer to the goal where more defenders are. But
well, the further you go, the
like
more
a
accurate you have
shot.
to be.
Yeah, well, it's easier taking a layup than a three-pointer, but you got to take the three-pointer sometime to loosen things up. Oh, Danny Fessel.
And Danny Fessel using his height advantage there over Charlie Cannell, his opposite number on the other side. Puts it in and drills it home, and for Fessel, that's his
second goal.
Bears up 3-1.
3-1 with just 3 minutes into this period, each period being 12 minutes in duration.
Now we have the second line out here for the Bears. We have Slav Godin, Brian Tubman, and Steve Miller, your long stick midi here on the faceoff.
Long stickers being defenders primarily.
Yep, but useful on faceoffs, especially to try to disrupt the other players. Now, picked up finally. Now, once one of the players of the 6 who are in that center area picks up the ball, then the referee will call the release and
that was Brian
allow
Tubman.
everybody else to come into the play. Ooh, nice collision there. A little bit of stick work there, but
stick work.
Coming out with it is Godin, and his pass to Fusco, or excuse me, Keller's pass to Fusco goes through.
Okay. Now a lot of substitutions coming in here.
Miller goes back in on defense. Coming out was Justin Block, number 19.
Okay, we're going to let that goalie come right up. Almost
that kind of
off.
pass is going to get somebody seriously hurt. You bloop it like that, somebody's going to line you up and ring your bell.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
All right, 24 taking it all the way in. Going to shoot. No. Maybe it looked like a pass. 24 for Rutgers Prep, Harry Unman trying to get it over to number 15, Patrick Williams. Unsuccessful. Pass out of bounds, East Brunswick.
All right, that's Chris Catarzi to Brian Linkhouse.
The long stick, man.
Okay, but Linkhouse got the ball where he had to. He brought it up over and got back on defense, allowing Brian Tubman, 29, who had stayed behind, to come back into the offensive play. Andy Miller.
Back to Fusco.
Fusco will work. Hard left-hand shot and a
score.
Nice
score.
That's that hard shot. Ernie Fusco has a good hard left-handed shot, and when he's moving, hard to keep track of him because he can pick a corner.
Bears up 4-1 with 4:31 elapsed in the second quarter. Fusco puts the Bears up 4-1. A little more offensive-minded here. Maybe it's this end of the field. That field doesn't tilt, does it? Sometimes you get that feeling here. All the action has been to our right in this period thus far. I don't believe Rutgers Prep even has a shot on goal this period, this quarter. Okay, unable to pick it up. Looks like
the ball bouncing around, finally picked up by Rutgers Prep.
No, but he tracked down by the Bears.
The bouncing ball, that's one of the hardest to pick up, the bouncing ball like that. You see this.
What was that? Follow the bouncing ball.
Sing along with Mitch?
Yes, a little scrum there for that ball.
Now Rutgers Prep can pick it up.
Now they're organized. Stop.
And barely saved. Ben Evan had to dig in the dirt behind him, pick it up,
and he came up with a stick full of dirt when he picked that one up. Nice save. It was right back. It snuck behind him, but was able to hold it out of the.
We have another. It looks like another penalty here.
Something to do with the ball, and
all right,
inadvertent whistle. Possibly thought it was going out. I didn't hear the whole thing.
Okay. All right, Ben Evans not going to bring it out. Pass behind Andy Miller. Andy Miller tried to go one hand behind it.
Try to pick up number 12 over there, Furin for Rutgers Prep. A little harder to not get out of this stick, the boys' stick.
Well, that's why they'll go at, and you'll see them hitting at the hands or trying to poke that elbow, not to, not the stick itself. Mm-hmm. Try to jerk it so that jerk your arm so that you pop it out yourself.
Right, John Ferran. You see this poking there by shot, no good.
And he had that upper corner ticketed.
I think that was McAvoy on a defense there, but shot was a little bit wide. Shot, therefore, controlled by Rutgers Prep.
Now that's Hobbs 8. He'll work from behind, what they call work it from X, back in the back of the cage.
Okay.
Choosing this time to pursue a little bit, just give a little token pressure.
Number 12, Ferran, has had the ball quite often.
McAvoy knocks the stick down there.
Picked up by illegal procedure. Explain that for us, Ken.
Well, I was listening. I think 15 there for Rutgers Prep. Patrick Williams tied up Blaine McAvoy when the ball was loose on the ground, maybe holding his stick down. I was watching the ball head toward Ben Nevid.
McAvoy looking for someone. Gets it up. Picked up by Fusco. Oh, unable to control it. Beating it with the stick and trying to get a kick at it to keep it in bounds, but it just rolled out.
And that's this field is slightly crowned, so that ball's going to roll.
It's going to come off. That's Kevin Keegan brought it in for Rutgers Prep. Ahead to number 3. Lorenzo Salido.
Man-on-man defense. Switch and
no,
save.
Off the post by number 24 with the shot. Harry Unman.
They tried their best to come and just sneak around the cage there. You see the white line representing the goal circle there, the crease. Come right around and try to catch Nevid napping and try to tuck it in that short side corner.
Looks like that first line going back on for the Bears with.
Well, hasn't. I mean, Coach Lamella has not used the third line of midfielders, and hasn't had a need for any specialty offense because they have not been.
Well, East Brunswick, 2 players standing there looking at each other. Ball went right between the 2 of them. Aiello and Mariano.
Ball will be put in play on the far
Looked like the Mets out there.
Oh, I take great pleasure in the Mets' miseries. Being a Phillies fan myself, I was at the Millwood no-hitter.
You were?
Yes.
That one must have been exciting.
Very
I know
exciting.
somebody else was there, and they said it was. Oh, nice stop there.
That was a pass
Ben
heading down in the general direction of Patrick Williams, the Rutgers Prep goal scorer, and both Ben Nevid and Blaine McAvoy went up to snipe it down. Nevitt ended up picking it up. Now, John Keller.
Okay, Keller up in the offensive side. All right, bring it across. They're going to give him the run to the goal. Up, not able to control it. That was Andy Miller. The pass to Miller was a little bit off and was unable to control it.
But you're right, Charlie. It does look like they're just not concentrating on offense.
I mean, to me, it's like catching a fly ball. You have to look it into the glove, and if you take your eye off it, it makes it a little more difficult, obviously. Quite a bit more difficult. All right, we're going to have the goalie run it all the way back up here, almost at midfield. Nobody picking him up. He can keep going. Behind, then he throws a pass behind. Like you said, goalies are not usually great passers.
And that large stick is not conducive to
getting it where you want it.
Right. Timeout. East Brunswick got possession, and Coach Lamella calls a timeout.
And I would say a good timeout.
Yes.
And the reason for that is that East Brunswick dominated the beginning of this quarter. As we have progressed through the quarter, Rutgers Prep seems to have re-exerted themselves.
Yep.
So good timeout by Coach Lamella.
And wind has picked up.
Wind is starting to pick up a little bit here. We wonder if our camera is still, it's still working anyway.
Yeah, we can still see it.
If it gets blown off the top, we'll certainly know.
Well, we'll just have a couple minutes of blank screen and just us talking. So.
Yeah, well, we'll keep everybody informed.
Okay.
8 minutes remaining in this.
8 minutes into.
8 minutes into this period. 4 minutes remaining. Excuse me. As you can see, a few spectators are
now
moving towards cover.
The way that the divisions, when Coach Lamella explained it to me, the way the divisions are set up here, we're not like the top. We're not in the top. We're not in the middle. I think we're in like the third division. And you get power points. You get power points for wins. You get power points for losses. If you play a tougher division and win, you get a lot of points. If you play a tougher division and lose, you get actually more points to lose in the A division. Let's call it the A division. If you come up from a C to an A division and you lose to a good school, you get more points than if you beat a school in your division. So
that's interesting.
So you
balance
your schedule out, and the idea is to come up with the power points at the end of the year for state playoff seeding.
Okay, that's how the seedings are established. Huh?
But East Brunswick last year just barely qualifying, ended up going against a good North Hunterton school.
Right.
Keller, number 2 to Ernie Fusco.
Fusco, number 11.
Ball knocked out, sniped there nicely. The defender for Rutgers Prep
picks it up, controls it, gets bumped. Trying to get ahead a little harder with that long stick, I guess.
Danny
Fessel,
there's a penalty coming on that particular slash.
Oh, he got knocked away at the last.
Well, you heard that, that crisp little bang, and that was a slash.
Red 5, it's on.
Rohit Malik.
Rohit Malik. That means he has to come off.
Yes.
For a period of
1 minute.
1 minute. A 1 minute penalty. The Bears will have the man advantage, if you will.
That was when Fessel picked the ball up. You heard that whack, and that was a two-hander, a nice little whack there. And that
play continues, however, until there's a change of possession.
Right. Yeah, that's like in soccer. If you have the advantage, you're still playing on. They won't blow the play dead.
Okay. Substitution number 12 back in for Rutgers Prep.
Okay, so now you have
2, 4, 5 plus the goalie here.
So the defense will play 5 on a dice. 2-1-2.
5 on a dice. I'm learning a new term here. I thought I was in Atlantic City or Las Vegas.
Oh, no, it looks like, okay, you see they're just rotating around, playing a zone.
Playing a zone.
They're playing now 4 down low and 1 up as a chase. And they're rotating out, coming out, pinching.
Unable to control.
Again, Fessel not able to hold on to it.
Apparently keeps it in. No whistle.
John Keller.
Keller to call him back door. Fessel, hard shot right in the chest, right off the stick of.
But Fusco telegraphed that one.
He did.
He telegraphed one going high. Okay, now with only a 1-minute penalty here, you get maybe one good offensive possession, and that's it. So you got
now you're
control.
back to full strength. Okay. You can hear the countdown.
That was the end of the penalty right there.
End of the penalty, so teams are at even strength. Fusco, number 11, wiped out.
Keller holding on to it.
But he held on to it. Caught by Ayala, number 21. Back to Fusco. Got to get in that zone.
Again, even Ernie's pass is bouncing.
Pass.
You want that pass? You want that pass chest level?
Yeah, I was going to say maybe in basketball a bounce pass is all right, but out here it's a little bumpy, folks.
You want that right at the chest or shoulder level so you can catch it and work with it.
Now you want to suck the defense to one side and come back quickly and reverse it.
Mm-hmm. Coach Lamella changing some of his defensive long sticks.
All right.
Again, a bad pass by Keller to Andy Miller.
Okay. If you hear a little frustration, folks, in my voice, it's because he was standing right in front of him and wound up missing the pass.
Nastis will bring it out, run it out to midfield. Again, they haven't
Nobody
picked him
up yet, but ahead to number 8, John Hobby, excuse me, or Hobie.
Ball now in the offensive zone. Fessel, bad bounce here. Ball has a lot of pool and knocked out of his.
Knocked the stick out of his hand. Actually,
that's where you get you whack down at the stick or the hands and try to knock it out.
You can hear that whack right there too. But
timeout.
Timeout.
East Brunswick.
East Brunswick.
Oh, timeout Rutgers Prep this time.
I thought they signaled Rutgers Prep. All right, we got about a 1 or 2 minute. How would you characterize the play during this? In the second period is probably
there are
2 minutes
lapses,
ago.
Yeah, about 2 minutes ago. Where East Brunswick is suffering from these lapses of concentration. Hasn't come back to hurt them. Only have 1 or 2 good opportunities for Rutgers Prep against Ben Nevitt, but still, it's
up 4-1. But
4-1 can become 4-4 very quickly.
All right, we've had goals this quarter by Fusco and Tussle, I believe, for the Bears.
About a minute, maybe a minute and 5 left to go here unofficially here. Time is kept down on the scorers table.
And we have that sand, the hourglass that we're using that period of time, so it may be off a beat or two, or a grain of sand or two. Okay, whistle blows, we're back in play. Just about to halftime. How much time at halftime, Ken?
Yeah, again, 8 to 10 minutes, depending.
8 to 10 minutes?
I think the referees will try to push it along with this threat of rain.
Clouds coming this way. Second whistle, that means everybody off the field. We're ready to play.
We'll reset your lineups here on attack for East Brunswick. John Keller, Andy Miller, and Ernie Fusco.
That's the front line, the first line.
Top midfield line here, Ayala, Mariano, and Fessel. Your defense right now, Chris Catarzi, Brian Linkhouse, and Blaine McAvoy.
And our goalie,
Ben Nevitt.
Picked up by Ayala, number 21.
Good pursuit defense there by Harry Uneman.
Gonna take a shot in.
Using a screen there, you saw the one defender, David Keegan, 31, try to come out, but he actually screened his own goalie and looked like Mariano shot it right over his shoulder. Or was that
Ayala?
That was
21.
Ayala. Rob Ayala. Sorry,
yep.
Rob Ayala, 21.
Right. As I said, I remember that one from the fall.
5-1 our score here at Jade Oil Field on a now looking rather overcast.
The clouds are coming, rolling in here, but hopefully we can get this one in without everybody getting wet. Back to midfield. See how much dirt you can kick up here.
Try to rake each other out.
Right,
Slavik Odin there, Brian Tubman and Miller for the Bears. Miller knocks the ball loose.
Picked up by number 25.
That was a good play there by Linkhouse to knock down the pass from Hobbs, or from Farron, excuse me, 12. Farron then, Cannell repays the favor.
Whistle. Timeout for Rutgers Prep.
Timeout, yeah, they call timeout with possession just to get one last shot opportunity here before the half.
I'm going to just comment there, though, on that timeout. It seemed to me that the Bears were in a bit of disarray. Advantage Rutgers Prep going. It's almost like a coach calling a timeout on a fast break. But Coach, obviously the Rutgers Prep coach wants to set up an offense. And
yeah,
we'll
with
see
only
if
a few
it pays
seconds
off.
left, you want to make sure you properly use that time.
Get a good shot.
You can set up a screen in front or set up some kind of running misdirection.
Right. As we indicated before, the first quarter was controlled by Rutgers Prep. Exactly the opposite here in the second, controlled by the Bears with 3 goals from Aiello, Fessel, and Ernie Fusco. So we're moving forward here. Looks like we're going to get a whistle for play to be resumed just here in a second. Teams break their huddle. Coaches have instructed them as what they want to do. You see Danny Fessel with his helmet off out of the game, so the second line is in at least. As you said, the third line hasn't had an opportunity yet, but sure they will.
You have 4 long stick defenders. Now everybody looking, you see that down by the cage there, everybody crowded in. This is going to be kind of like a free kick in soccer with a big screen. It's going to wind up, and that's Farron's going to wind up, but he throws it high and wide. And
that's the end. So we had maybe 10 seconds there. Again, with that 10 seconds and the advantage, I thought for Rutgers Prep, I'm not sure I would have called the timeout, but I'm not coaching.
Well, you saw that they tried to set up a play. They tried to set up a big wall, a screen in front as if you were maybe doing a soccer free kick from about 30 yards out, and hopefully having somebody break away to leave just enough opening to pick a corner.
Yeah, just a comment here about the weather. It is clouding up, so if it does come down or there's certainly lightning or anything, obviously
well, if there's lightning,
off the field. Rain, they continue to play?
Yes, rain, they will continue to play.
Okay, and if it were lightning and what have and the game is canceled, it's official?
I've never had a situation like that. I've had a couple games. I've coached a couple games that it was raining, but I don't remember exactly where. I mean, they would try to wait it out. If there's lightning or whatever, they would wait it out. And
assume
then
they were not able to go forward. The team that has the advantage at that point.
I would assume that since we have a half in at least.
Okay, and we have the Bears up 5-1, 3 here in the second period, and we are going to take a couple of minutes and be right back with the beginning of the second half. Okay, we're back in action here, just about ready any minute, any second now for the beginning of the second quarter. You might notice from your camera angle that there's a little bit of a different perspective here.
We're anticipating a little bit of rain coming as the dark clouds are moving in.
So we move the camera downstairs, and I'm sure you'll be able to see everything, but it's not your television. It's just maybe a little different angle. Charlie King here with Ken Saroka as the second half is about ready to get underway.
5-1, East Brunswick up. Rutgers Prep scored the first goal. EB put 2 up in the first. And 3 more in the second.
Okay.
5-1 our score. Now 24, Danny Fessel brings it up.
Back to Fusco.
Keller, again, passing is not crisp here. Keller to Miller.
I thought Keller had an opportunity there.
And this might be deliberate. This might be deliberate. This is a stall, but I mean, you can only go and stall if you can control, if you can pass without dropping or missing. Okay, failure to advance. Again, once the ball comes out, I guess that was one of those quick. That was a quick
10 seconds. If that were 10 seconds, because it just came out. Okay, here we are. Rutgers Prep coming on the attack.
Charlie Cannell. Little size mismatch there. The biggest player on the attack line or midfield line there for
Fessel,
East Brunswick.
Right.
Fessel against one of the smaller players out there, Cannell.
Well, you got to outquick those big guys. I don't know about if he's going to
trying to go isolate here a little bit, past the Hobbs.
No.
Excuse me, that's Ferran, number 12.
Number 12 off his stick. East Brunswick takes possession. Number 3 going to trigger it in for the Bears.
Okay, nice pass to Ayala.
Catarzi,
Ayala. To Ayala and bringing it up real quick now. Good defensive transition there for Rutgers Prep to get back and force Catarzi to pass it out wide. Mariano.
No, right in the chest again.
Again, trying to run left, shoot right.
It could have moved the stick on the other, back on the other side, Ken?
Yes, loose ball push on Fessel. Change of possession there for.
Okay, we got Rutgers Prep back in control. Back to the goalie. We're going to see if we're going to let him run right up the middle. And here he comes.
This time, Andy Miller checks him and forces him to pass quickly.
And then we pass behind.
Tom Howley, 28. And Ben Nevid came out and tried to snipe that one down and block the interior pass. And Chris Catarzi just held the ball right there close to the goal line, waiting
for him to come back and pick it up. All right, Danny Fessel head to Ayala. Again, a lazy pass. Boy, I'll tell you, I don't know. If I were coaching, I think I might be just a trite bit frustrated on those lazy, lousy passes. Okay, Rutgers Prep's going to trigger back in. Back to the goalie.
Now back to Nastis. They'll let him get up. They'll get him up past the restraining line here.
Get a free run.
And we might see, again, Andy Miller go up after him. Nope.
No, he's continued to come up.
Bouncing ball picked up by Blaine McAvoy.
And he brings it right up.
Nice pass. Andy Miller. To Fusco. Fusco to Matt Mariano, and Mariano's trying to hold on to it.
Then he does. Oh, shot, but a little bit wide. Tough angle there with the defender's position.
But again, a lot of shots, but not a lot of them on cage.
Right.
The 5 goals and maybe 2 others Nastis has had to make the save on. That last one on Mariano. Here's a bounce pass inside.
Stick. Almost knocked it in.
That would be a little embarrassing to have it go in that way.
Well, we'd take it that way.
Oh, we would, of course.
Absolutely.
Oh!
Whiffed.
And Coach Lamella puts his hands on his head as Matt Mariano had a perfect opportunity. Charles Cannell there picked
up by Danny Fessel, kind of double teamed. Fessel again, knocked off his stick, back to Fessel. And the Bears slow it down.
That ball is rubber, it's hard, but.
Oh, right in the chest again.
And again, the shooting.
I'm going to repeat that. The shooting is poor, as you've indicated, and you got to get it down, right, Ken?
Yep. Make the goalie work for his living here.
Boy, that ground is hard, and it'll bounce, and very difficult to control down there.
Again, the closer you are into the goal, the less chance you have to drop the head of your stick.
Oh.
That was a little dunk attempt there by Fessel to try to.
Off the side, pushes out of bounds.
That would have been called a loose ball push, but now Rutgers Pepper picks it back up again.
East Brunswick got the puck. They got the ball back again.
Well, this looks like a field hockey game right now.
Penalty.
And we're going to have something going on. Fessel behind the cage, behind the play, gets called for a little extracurricular activity.
Yeah, it looked like they were about to duke it out over there. I don't know. A little conversation back and forth. Got to keep your composure. No matter what the game is, you have to keep that composure because you can hurt your team by not doing that. We've got a penalty here. What's that, 1 minute?
1 minute penalty.
Okay.
Behind the cage.
Rutgers Prep will control.
They'll get a. I can't hear the referee. I can't hear what he's all saying.
1 minute something or other, but can't quite pick it up. They're looking at the clouds over there. Might have saw some lightning off there. Take it inside, they said.
Yep. We're gonna have to
shut it down here for a few minutes, and we'll see what happens if we're going to be able to continue. Obviously, the officials, we can't see it from where we are. It's off to our left side, and but at this point we're suspended, waiting for the weather to pass. Hopefully.
Well, we're here. Make sure that the roof doesn't leak.
And the Bears are ahead 5-1, and so all is not lost. But
middle of the third quarter.
Middle of the third period. What about 4 minutes in?
Yep.
Almost 4 minutes into the third period.
And
Officials are picking up their bags.
And the rain is starting to come down.
Right.
So we're
going to take a little break ourselves, and we'll be back to you one way or the other, but hopefully we'll be back with the action. Hello and welcome back to J. Doyle Field. We've just had about a 45-minute rain delay. The game has just been called off. The clouds are behind us, although the sun, we're looking into the sun here. Charlie King here with Ken Saroka. Ken, what's the rule on that?
Well, the referee has to wait for 30 minutes after the last lightning sighting, and that's the problem is you're waiting. Now it's on our watch is about 45 minutes into this delay, 50 minutes, another 30 minutes on top of that, plus you got to spend at least another 15, 20 minutes stretching out. So in all practical purposes, we would not be resuming play for at least another hour from now. So I guess they figure it's a legal game. It's gone a half. They're in the third quarter. Fine, let's just call it and go home and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Okay, as far as a recap of the Bears winning another one here, 5-1, up their records to 6-2, I believe. The goals today were scored by Danny Fessel had 2, Ayala had 1, Fusco had 1, and Mariano had 1 for the Bears, 5 goals.
Yeah, and that's what we said, that the line that the offense was going to come through Fusco and through this sophomore line of Fessel, Ayala, and Mariano, and they got just what they needed. Rutgers Prep scored first, but then the Bears posted the next 5 goals. It wasn't a pretty game. We had made lots of comments concerning the errant passing here, but a win is a win. At this point in the season, you're trying to accumulate as many as possible. You want to make the state playoffs. You have to have a certain number of quality wins, certain number of wins before the cutoff date, and the cutoff date is coming.
What is the cutoff date? Do you know?
I remember it's somewhere in the middle of May, and if you had any rainouts, if you have to reschedule them, you usually reschedule them after the cutoff date. So you win them when you can, you take them when you can.
Now, lacrosse is the same as every other sport, I would assume, for making the playoffs. You got to be over 500 for the state.
Right, you have to be up there, and you have to have a certain number of quality points. We had talked about the wins and losses against better opponents or lesser opponents, depending on what conference, what division you're in. So again, Coach Lamelo won't be too happy. He won't get too excited. He won't get too bummed out about this game. But they're just going to have to work on it and keep the intensity level there.
Okay, I mean, there were a lot of good things today. We don't want to go away with a negative thought. It's obviously a win for the Bears, a big win. 6-2. How many more they're going to have between now and the middle of May when that cutoff is? So that 500 number is an important one. Important win for East Brunswick. They did some real good things out here. I thought the play in the first period, they were a little bit one-sided, controlled by Rutgers Prep. Second period, the opposite, controlled by the Bears. The beginning of this third kind of went back and forth a little bit. I think we only were able to play 3 or 4 minutes of the second or the third quarters into the second half. So the Bears do come away with a victory. I want to thank you very much, Ken. It's really always a pleasure having you on EBTV, especially for our friends here with the lacrosse guys, and you certainly are the expert, and we appreciate your assistance.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. For Charlie King, and thank you for watching TV3.